So welcome everyone to our first ever nursing pinning ceremony. I know this is not at all what any of us had planned. Certainly the way your semester ended was not at all what you thought it was going to be. But you above all, students, certainly understand what's going on with our healthcare system and what was happening this spring semester. We are so appreciative of you going out into this workforce. We've always been appreciative of that, and this time more than ever, you're going to be needed. And we thank you so much for spending these last 2 years here with us. We want you to thank your families. We are so glad you're able to be gathered at home with them and with all those that mean so much to you that you can share this pinning experience with them. So thank you. We wish you the very best. Please keep in touch with us, and I hope you enjoy this virtual ceremony.
My name is Maureen. I'm part of this amazing class, and I am honored to have been chosen as class speaker for the 2020 Associates of Applied Science in Nursing, forever known as the Corona class. Thank you so much. I moved here from Oklahoma 3 years ago to attend nursing school. This group of people became so much more to me than my classmates. They became my family. It's very strange to be talking to a video camera instead of being able to see all the faces of my nursing family. And I understand a lot of us are grieving, and rightfully so. Having a traditional pinning ceremony was an important tradition that we all looked forward to. Thank you to the school for recognizing that and having this virtual pinning to honor this moment and our achievement. I know this is not how we had planned or thought this would end, but here we are at the end. We did it. I'm so proud of us. That first semester, we all were chickens running around with no heads. Terrified, scared, pressured, wondering if we could do this or what have we gotten ourselves into. We all had to be talked off the ledge. Some of us had to be convinced not to quit multiple times. That feeling of wondering if we had what it takes never really went away. Our first semester, we learned a lot of skills, interacted with our first patients, learned how to correctly put on sterile gloves. Who remembers that skills relay? In between the panic of not being able to hear anything with our stethoscopes and trying to remember everything for our head-to-toe assessments and studying for these critical thinking tests, we all had these special, reassuring moments that let us know we were doing what we were supposed to be doing. No one can truly understand nursing school until you go through it. Class could be like therapy sometimes, or sometimes I thought I needed therapy because of class. We all became experts in self-diagnosis. There's not a single disease process or mental condition that we were not able to convince ourselves that we had. One day we might have had manic depression, and the next day we were certain we had a brain tumor. As we finish nursing school, I think we have all reached the point of either becoming a hypochondriac or resigning to the fact that if you're not bleeding profusely from every orifice, you're fine. Our second year, we had 9 exceptional LPNs join our group, and I know that we were all so grateful to them for sharing their experience and knowledge with the rest of us. We have all laughed together, cried together, and celebrated together. For the past 2 years, we have given each other unwavering support. Whether it has been because we did well on a test or bombed a test, got all the math questions correct, or missed every darn one, successfully started an IV, or never got the chance, our nursing family has been there for each other. No family would be complete without the opportunities to laugh at each other. It was always a good day when you were not the one to get a code brown at clinical. The only thing that can get rid of that smell is alcohol swabs right through the nose. Thank you to our friends, families, and loved ones who have supported us. Thank you for letting us practice various skills on you and for not laughing at us when we had no idea what we were doing. Thank you for listening to our stories from class and clinical and supporting our new friendships that will last a lifetime. Thank you for not disowning us, for talking about inappropriate things at the dinner table, and for understanding when we could not attend family events. Thank you for giving us a peaceful time to study, tolerating our mood swings, and for being a sounding board when we were stressed. Thank you, Dr. Brooks, Jill Hodson, and April Van Buchen for teaching us and giving us a strong foundation. Thank you to the best clinical instructors we could have asked for. You always had our backs, and we are so grateful. You guys inspired us, motivated us, and shaped us. We admire you all so much. Thank you for the guidance and allowing us to learn from you. Thank you, Dr. Brooks, for working so hard to get us to this finish line under some of the most difficult and frustrating circumstances that any of us could have ever imagined. Somehow, over a period of 2 years, a great transformation took place. These nursing students who didn't know how to take vital signs have become proficient in assessments and in reading charts and giving medications. We can administer injections, do dressing changes, and we can tell if someone is declining or improving throughout the day. We can look at labs and understand what we are reading. I was looking up nursing quotes and inspirational nurses. I was reading about all these amazing nurses that were brave, the first, and saved lives. I thought about my class. Every one of you will go down in my history book, and you will have patients that you will be in their history books. Every single one of you are amazing, inspiring, and are going to be wonderful nurses. This journey, however, was not without a heartbreaking loss. There should be 30 of us here today instead of 29. Elise Medina died last summer in a tragic accident. She was an LPN who was working her way toward becoming an RN. While many of us did not have the chance to get to know her, her absence left a hole in our nursing family. We want Elisa's husband and children to know that we have not forgotten her and we honor her today. There was a lot of raw emotion and disappointment with the way our journey has ended. We don't get the intimate pinning ceremony that would have meant so much to us. We don't get to walk across the stage for graduation. There are no big celebrations or parties to attend tonight. But you know what? It will all be okay. Our unique last semester will give us stories to tell our grandchildren. Instead of I walked a mile both ways uphill in the snow, we will say how we had to learn burns, sepsis, stroke, and traumatic brain injury from home with Zoom and bad internet. There were no restaurants to eat in, no beaches to go to, and most importantly, no pubs to hang out in. Even Disney World closed their gates. We wore masks when we went to the grocery store. Frontline healthcare workers didn't have enough PPE to do their jobs, and we had to stay 6 feet apart. How could this seemingly never-ending journey finally come to an end? In the words of Florence Nightingale, nursing is an art. And if it is to be made an art, it requires an exclusive devotion, as hard a preparation as any painter's or sculptor's work. We have all shown incredible dedication to this program, and every single one of us has a story to tell. We have successfully juggled jobs, children, spouses, and significant others, family commitments, caregiver duties, and academic responsibilities to get us here. Congratulations to all of us. We did it.
Graduating nurses of 2020, we made it. The day of our pinning has finally come, and while it might not be happening how we expected it to, it is happening, and we have achieved something great. I'm honored today to have been chosen as your student speaker. Recently, I was looking through some old documents, and I found a letter dated April 30th, 2018. It was a letter from Dr. Lawson that said, "We are pleased to inform you that you have been accepted into LFCC's Associate's Degree Nursing Program." I'm sure you all remember getting this same letter. We had worked tirelessly the semesters prior, taking English and anatomy, for some becoming LPNs, and finally our hard work had paid off. Who knew what would be in store for us over the next 2 years? This program was anything but easy. We thought anatomy tests were hard. Now we're taking exams where every answer is correct, but which is the most correct? Do we administer a prescribed med, or do we call the physician? Do we check the blood pressure? Do we check pedal pulses? Not only did we face difficult content, we also had life happening along the way. whether it was juggling studying with working all weekend, making time to care for aging parents, or dealing with grief after the loss of a loved one. I've seen all of you overcome these and many more challenges and still make it to the finish line. I also want to applaud all of the moms in the program. You guys are rock stars. You worked so hard in this program and still went home to work so hard in raising your children. I know that you've made your families proud, and you're all going to be amazing nurses. As I said before, everyone should be proud of what they've accomplished. I know that it wasn't easy. But still, along the way, we had awesome professors teaching us what we needed to know. Dr. Taylor taught us how to always fill the bucket, even if it's with toilet water. Dr. Williams taught us the insanely complicated cardiac system, and she taught us how to de-stress before every exam. Professor Simpson taught us how to be professionals throughout our future careers. Professor Regula taught us how to assess our patients from head to toe. Professor Van Buchen taught us how to insert Foleys and NG tubes. Professor Marshall taught us how to be sensitive to our patients' cultures and values. She also taught us how to get our butts to class on time. And of course, we had our clinical instructors that taught us how to care for the real-life patients that were in front of us. To all of those who played a role in our learning, we thank you. To all of the parents, spouses, siblings, children, and friends that have supported us through this journey, thank you. We're so grateful that you stood by us. I know that I wouldn't have made it through without the support of my mom and my dad and my best friends that didn't abandon me even when I had to stay home to study all weekend. Of course, maybe our greatest asset during nursing school was each other. Together, we spent countless hours studying, doing EAQs, finding things to do at clinicals, getting lunches between classes, and making each other laugh even when we wanted to cry. Nursing school would have been way less fun without all of you guys there with me. So finally, for the cliche part of the speech where I tell you all some inspirational life lesson that I learned during all of this. All I can really think to say is keep it up. Our nursing careers are just beginning and the hard part isn't over. Florence Nightingale said, "Let us never consider ourselves finished nurses. We must be learning all of our lives." Graduates, this was just the first part of our journey. The road ahead of us is exciting and terrifying and amazing. I know that right now as the world is in chaos and it seems like the worst possible time to be starting in the field of nursing, but we've got this. If any group of students is up for the challenge, it's this one. Again, congratulations to all of you. I love you and thank you.
Outstanding Graduate in Nursing is an award that recognizes the nursing student with the highest GPA, calculated using grades in nursing classes only. Nursing school is competitive, and most nursing students enter nursing school with straight A's. Keeping those straight A's during nursing school is not easy. There are some general education classes required for the nursing degree, and they are hard, but they're not different from other courses students take before entering nursing school. Then they start nursing school, and we introduce them to the nursing process, nursing diagnoses. 4 answers for a test that are correct, and they have to choose the one that's most correct. While in nursing school, the nursing classes, labs, and clinicals are at least 4 days a week each semester. There are tests almost every week, as well as care plans, papers, and projects. There is a minimum of 500 hours of clinical over the course of the nursing program. Students are advised to limit commitments outside of nursing school to no more than 20 hours a week, when possible, because of the academic load. Every year at graduation, we calculate the GPA of all nursing students using the nursing classes only. At pinning, we honor the students who graduate with the highest GPA in their nursing courses. To earn the award of Outstanding Graduate, a student must have a GPA of at least 3.75. This year, something pretty spectacular happened at the Foggier campus. We have 3 nursing students graduating with a 4.0. These students have been mentors to their classmates, have juggled family, school, and work. They volunteered time. They're always willing to lend a hand to their fellow classmates. Yet, they have time to be excited about clinical, be active in class, and be role models to their classmates and the class below them. The Foggier students graduating with a 4.0 in their nursing classes are Saskia Paulson, Erin McDonald, and Shannon Weisbrot. Congratulations, you guys.
The outstanding graduate in nursing is reserved for the nursing student with the highest grade point average. The student we are recognizing at Middletown has a 4.0 GPA, which is an accomplishment for any college student. However, for a nursing student, achieving a 4.0 is more challenging due to the intense demands of the program. Catherine Krim is the 2020 recipient of this award. Catherine is known for having a quiet demeanor, but is also assertive as needed. She demonstrates an impressive amount of knowledge in the classroom, but we cannot leave out her performance in the clinical aspect. Catherine works very well with her classmates. She works well with instructors, nurses, and other staff while always providing optimal care to her patients. She diligently works to ensure patients receive the highest level of care and is not afraid to speak up if something does not seem right. She truly cares about her patients, their families, and their overall outcome. What more could you want in a nurse? Congratulations to you, Catherine. The profession is lucky to have you. The winners of the next two awards were nominated by faculty and were voted on by all professors and clinical faculty. Mary M. Roberts was a member of the Army Nurse Corps in World War I. She wrote many articles about nursing and nursing education. She describes the spirit of nursing as one of the most indestructible elements in the lives of those who possess it. She goes on to say that the spirit of nursing is made up of courage, kindliness, fidelity, sincerity, compassion, and benevolence. The Spirit of Nursing Award goes to the student who regularly went above and beyond. At Middletown, we would like to recognize two such individuals in our program, one from our traditional pathway and one from our LPN to RN or advanced placement option. This year, the Middletown Traditional Spirit of Nursing Award recipient is Rizoa Alukwe. Rizoa carries herself with such professionalism. She consistently demonstrates quiet grace and is a positive role model for her peers. She displays all the qualities someone would want in a nurse. She is kind, communicates well with her patients, and is willing to learn everything she can to give the best possible care. Truly, Rizoa exemplifies what it means to be a nurse in her attitude, words, and actions. We are confident that she is going to be an incredible asset to our profession. Congratulations, Rizoa. This year, the Middletown APO Spirit of Nursing recipient is Navni Sandhu. Navni is a joy to have in the classroom and clinical. She is willing to learn and is consistently receptive to constructive criticism. She is malleable, committed to accepting any guidance offered as constructive, and she consistently applies this guidance to improve her skills and abilities. She has an unquenchably positive attitude, radiates positivity, and is committed to excellence. She is compassionate and carries this mindset into her care of the patient. She has an appetite for learning and a drive for success, but she managed to do so with an understated humility. We welcome her into the profession, knowing how fortunate our community is to see her step into the RN role. Congratulations, Navneet.
It was very difficult to choose a winner for the Spirit of Nursing Award. This year, everyone in class seems to represent the spirit of nursing. All faculty and clinical instructors voted, and it took several rounds before we could choose a winner. The winner of the Spirit of Nursing Award at Foggier always looks at the whole patient, takes her time with each and every one. She provides excellent care and always leaves the patient smiling. The winner of the Spirit of Nursing Award is Meredith Wingo. Congratulations, Meredith. Nursing school is a time of huge personal growth for all nursing students. Some students start nursing school with a background in healthcare. Others come to us with many years of life experience. Some come with the idea that they want to help people, but don't have the confidence and experience to be comfortable with what they're exposed to while they're in school. In every class of students, there are those who are first in line to try a new skill or experience something new. And there are those who are hesitant and unsure, the students who need to gain confidence in themselves and in their abilities as a nurse, and students who have to work hard to go outside of their comfort zone and learn a difficult skill. Like the Spirit of Nursing Award, it was very difficult to choose a winner for this award. The winner of the Transcendence Award on the Foggier campus started nursing school a little bit shy and unsure. She's an older student and seemed to have moments where she thought, maybe now is not the best time to be in nursing school. She juggled small children and school at the same time, but she showed up every day with a smile on her face. And the more she learned and the more time she spent with patients, the more clear it became that she was exactly where she needed to be. I'm proud to announce the winner of the Transcendence Award is Kim Sherwood. Congratulations, Kim.
This year, the Middletown Traditional Student Transcendence Award recipient is Sarah Popo. Like many nursing students, Sarah was quite reserved when she entered the program. But little by little, Sarah's confidence began to grow. She improved every semester in her coursework, skills, interactions with patients, and even her interactions with fellow students. It has been a pleasure to watch her character and skill development in her time here. The faculty applaud her current trajectory and know she is headed for great success in our profession. Congratulations, Sarah. This year, the Middletown APO Student Transcendence Award recipient is Jessica Shoemaker. When Jessica started our program, some described her as quiet and shy. Throughout her time here, she has made tremendous steps forward in her confidence. Faculty now describe her personality as outgoing and engaging. Truly, we believe that she is a role model for positive attitude and energy. We're thrilled to welcome her into our profession. Congratulations, Jessica. The nurse's pin traces its roots to the Crusades of the Middle Ages. During the Holy Wars near Jerusalem, wealthy men who went into battle would hire a personal nurse to come with them and take care of them in case they were wounded in battle. In order to avoid being attacked in battle, these nurses would emblazon a large red Greek cross on their blue tunics or capes. While all these hired nurses were in Jerusalem, they formed the first hospital and organized a nursing group. The hospital and their order were called the Order of St. John. They used the Red Cross to denote their order. Later, the International Red Cross adopted this symbol. Later on during the Renaissance, the various craftsman guilds decided to hire nurses to take care of their own as they aged and grew infirm. Each craftsman guild had developed an emblem to identify its group and wore this emblem on some kind of pin or jewelry. The nurses they hired began to wear the guild's pins to identify which guild they served. When Florence Nightingale formed modern hospitals, the hospitals adopted distinct pins to give their graduates when they completed nursing school from their diploma programs. In the workforce, nurses would wear their pins so everyone could identify the nursing programs from which they graduated. The Red Cross was a very common emblem on these pins, and still today it is frequent to find some variation of the Greek cross on the pins of nursing programs.
It gives me great honor to recognize the Lord Fairfax Community College nursing class of 2020 for both the Foggier and the Middletown campuses. Congratulations, guys.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, we have already come. 'Twas grace that brought us safe thus far, and grace will lead us home.
Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you away, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you away. I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I love your daughter. The way you rolling river, for her I'd cross your rolling waters away. I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. Shenandoah, I long to hear you. Away, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you. Away, I'm bound away, across the wide Missouri.
In 1893, Lister Gretter led a committee in Detroit, Michigan at the Foran Training School for Nurses. Together, they created the Nightingale Pledge. Inspired by the founder of modern nursing, Florence Nightingale, Greta so named this pledge because she considered Nightingale to be the moving spirit behind the idea for the pledge. Physicians recite the Hippocratic Oath, but nurses recite the Nightingale Pledge. It is a statement of ethics and principles and has been used in pinning ceremonies for decades. I invite all nurses who are listening to gather your Florence Nightingale lamp that was sent to you to join us in reciting this time-honored pledge together. I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly
to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully.
I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous,
and will not take or knowingly administer any harmful drug.
I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate
the standard of my profession and will hold in confidence
all personal matters committed to my keeping
and all the family affairs coming to my knowledge in the practice of my calling.
With loyalty will I endeavor to aid the physician in his or her work
and devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care.